My name is Maldonado. I'm the president of the American Founders Society at the University of Texas at El Paso. I'm currently in the master's program, and we are going to be attempting to create the Kukri blade.
Hello, I am Maldonado. I am president of MA. I am currently a sophomore at the University of Texas at El Paso.
Things that we thought of is what kind of material we can use for this sword. After talk with our advisors and stuff, they mentioned that this alloy 5160, which is basically used on leaf springs for trucks. Luckily, I did have this leaf spring from a 2000 Ford F-250.
Steel is basically a high carbon and chromium spring steel. So part of the process, we'll be cutting our leaf spring between 12 to 18 inches using our equipment. Okay, so here we have an outline of what the Kukri lamp is going to look like. We'll be using this to get an outline with the chalk, and then we'll be cutting it with the torch, and that will be a base for our blade. Andres, now that we have the base, we'll be fixing the bending of this leaf spring by using this furnace. This furnace has insulation to keep it insulated, and then we have the fire break to place the blade itself. And now that we have that done, we're going to be turning on the furnace. We will be repeating this many times to get all the curvature out of the blade, and then we'll begin the process of creating the angle of the actual blade after this.
I'm going to safely turn off the furnace so Juvenal can move it to the table clamp so we can go ahead and give the metal its actual angle using the hammer. So now I'm going to safely turn it off. So this is basically day 2. Last night we kind of finished off getting the curvature that we wanted on the blade. I also started grinding away the outside so we can kind of clean it up. So now we have grinded away everything, so now it's nice and shiny. We've also marked exactly where we want our handle to end, and then where we expect to start sharpening, I guess, the blade on both sides. We went ahead and cleaned it up and polished it using this 80 grit buffing wheel on the grinding tool. Right now we do have this oak wood right here, and we're now going to be preparing the handle for this. We have our oak wood here. We already traced the outline of our blade. I did a few cuts already just to make sure the blade works. It does, so I guess I can get this on camera now. From this oak wood, we do have the single piece now. However, it is about 3/4 of an inch. So since it's pretty, we're gonna make 2 passes of it. That way the wood doesn't kick back and harm us. Now we have the blade clamped to one side of the handle. We're gonna use this brushless motor, sand it. We finished sanding the first side, and then we went ahead and finished up the second. This is kind of a preview of what we expect the blade to look like. So we went ahead and applied epoxy, but previously before that we felt like we'd have a lot more stability if we drilled holes using this 3/8 drill bit. So using that as well as the epoxy, we were able to put this dowel in to give it some sort of stability. Now we're just cleaning it up using the sander, and once we do, we'll buff everything out. The end of it. So this is officially the final product of the Kukri blade. We finished sanding it down to give it a more even grip. We applied some linseed oil, and overall this is the finished product. Thank you for joining us. See you later.